This is the No-Fly Zone Altcast powered by Ford. I'm James Palmer, alongside two Super Bowl 50 champions, two Pro Bowlers, two All-Pros, Chris Harris Jr., Aqib Talib. We've been talking ball for the last half hour. I hope everybody at home gets a chance to enjoy what I've done during pregame, which is pick the brain of both of the smartest players that I've probably been around during my long time covering the NFL. I got to say hello to these guys in these fresh Broncos threads. We were talking about them, guys. We all wearing them. Chris, what do you think about these new digs that the Denver Broncos are rocking?
I like them, man. Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah. Yeah, watch you.
Oh, yeah, man. I like them, man, with the orange pants, all white socks. I always had the all white socks when I was playing, so to add that orange pants, we got a fumble.
That's one way to start for this Broncos defense. Aqib, you got to like that.
Oh, I love them, man. I love the unis. That's why they got that nice little start right there. They came out looking good, man. White at the crib. Something we never got to do, So yeah. I like it, man. I like it. I like the matte blue helmets too.
Yeah. The uniforms are out of this world. I want to get your take. You guys were leaders of the defense when you were in Denver. What Sean Payton's letting his team do is each week the captains get to pick the pants and socks that'll go with the jersey that obviously because of league rules has to be predetermined. I know you guys would want to be in that room with Flip making the decision on what the bottom half will look like each week, right?
Hey, I tell you one thing. I know Lee would have been in that room, man. Hey, I got to be a part of this outfit. Nah, definitely. That's the way it should be, though, man. You should have the veteran guys pick the fits. They should make the majority of the decisions on the team, man, in my opinion.
All right, you guys are Broncos fans, just like everybody who's watching this and everybody who's watching. Bo Nix, the 12th overall pick by Sean Payton in this draft, the rookie quarterback, gets the start in the second preseason game. I know you guys both watched the first game. What did you like? I'll start with you, Aqib, about Bo Nix's NFL debut in preseason game week 1 last week.
What impressed me the most, man, is the amount of time he took to get the ball out of his hands. Thought he made super quick, decisive decisions, man, and that's what you got to do in this league. You got to know what they're doing on defense, know where you're going with the football. So I thought he came out. I thought he did that well. I know he didn't see a ton of different coverages. He saw the preseason roll out, you know what I'm saying? So he saw the preseason menu, but still, if that's what they give you, that's all you can play against is what they give you. And I think he did a great job just being decisive, knowing his system, knowing where he wanted to go with the ball. And that's them traits of Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, like them guys, that's what they do. That's what make them guys. Drew Brees, that's what make them guys. They know what they know what you in on defense, and they know where they're going to football, just like that. They're not trying to hit a home run every play. They just tear you apart like that. And I thought Bo Nix put a little bit of that on tape last week.
Right. I think making plays with his legs. He rolled out, made some plays with his legs. He scrambled. That's what. And they had a quarterback design run for him. And plays like this, like 3rd and short, 3rd and 1, those is like staples for Sean Payton. If you can't run this, you can't play in his offense, right?
Exactly.
So, he got to be able to connect on those plays.
Now, we saw 2 completions there to Tim Patrick, one of the few players on this Broncos team that you guys played with. He was he was a practice squad guy back when you guys were playing with him. You got any old memories of Tim Patrick?
Tim went through the gauntlet, man. I remember a couple practices, man. Hey, I'm sure he remember them too.
Yeah.
Me and Chris knew he was going to be good because he used to come out and he was the ultimate competitor, man. Every day he tried to smash us. He tried to smash me and Chris. We used to handle him in practice. But it was a few practices, bro, where we had to turn on the tape and listen to Joe Woods, like, tell us, like, he's just going to light a fire up under us. But he came out and gave us real work in a lot of those practices, man, while he was on practice squad. So I'll never forget it.
Yeah. I mean, he got it from, he was a real grinder, like Lee said, he was on practice squad. He found a way to make the roster. And we still had some solid receivers then at that time. So for him to make the team, Tim does the dirty work. He going to block hard. He going to be that guy that come in and chip. He going to
run digs.
Yeah, he going to run across the middle. He going to take the hit. So you got to have a guy like Tim. He's that tough competitor guy for you.
I looked it up. I think you played Sean Payton 9 times. In your career.
I grew up with him. I grew up with him, James. I'm telling you. My first touchdown, the first touchdown on me was against Sean Payton, bro. Drew Brees threw me. I just knew it was an interception. He threw it. I said, oh, my God. No, he didn't throw this to me. it kept selling and selling and selling. I jumped. It went over my head. Touchdown, man. I'm like Joe Horn or something. I make myself feel old. Joe Horn or something. Somebody crazy. Look, man. But I grew up with
Not
Sean, man.
Joe
So
Horn.
I know about it. I know
Say
it was.
posted.
Hey, I'm telling you, hey, young, hey, it was Colston was a baby. Look, it was one of them vets, bro. It was a real vet. Took me up top. But man, I grew up with Sean. That's how I know he has that winning aura, man. I played against him in the NFC Chip when I was with the Rams. He still had that going on. You could feel it when you walk in their stadium, man. So hopefully he brings that good winning energy, man, to the Broncos, man. And I think he can. I definitely believe he can with Bo Nix. We good up front, man. I love our D line.
What do you
I
like
love
about
our
it,
D
Keith?
line. Just their presence, man. It's vets, DJ, Zach Allen, and John Frank. I think they gonna get it done, man. Just all solid. That good for technique, that good build they got. They all big. They all can stop the run. They all can run you down on edges, man. And I played with John Frank, man. I just know he's just a dog, motor out this world. He a dog. So I just like the group. It always start, man. I remember we played, Chris. We had dogs up front. We had Wolf, Malik, Sly. We had like real dogs up front, and our trenches kind of started us, man. We started with them, man. So it got to start up front. I like what the Broncos got up front right now.
Oh yeah, with the
feel like
pickup from also we had to pick up. We got Malcolm Roach, right? And Roach is a dog. He brings that different mentality that they need on that D line. You know, a nice little rotation they got. So I like what they got. Like Lee said, they got a nice 4 or 5 man rotation. And then you add that on with the edge rushers. You know, that's gonna be hungry. I like the D line. It's really on the secondary, man. We got to be able to hold up in the back end and make some plays for those guys.
Look, we know we're going to hold up on one side. It's really just on that other side, man. One of them guys got to step up, and they're going to just know you're going to get 110 targets this year because P2 only going to get about 50 to 45 to 60 targets. P2 going to get. The other corner, you're going to get 110 targets, baby. Strap them cleats on and be ready. And with 110 targets, you just need to come out with 5 picks. If you come out with 5 picks, bro, the Broncos be in the playoffs, man.
Who is the hardest receiver you ever had to guard?
Oh, want me to go young?
Shit, Tyreek Hill, AB, Calvin. That's 3.
Right. I say for me,
Got to
for
those
me
pretty
personally,
quick too, Chris.
for me personally,
What'd you
I'm
say?
saying Calvin Johnson easy. For me.
Oh, yeah, Calvin.
I easy for me. It's Calvin Johnson, man. He was a monster, 6'4" guy, a giant who moved like a jitterbug, man. So hey, and he'd go up top on you, bro. He one of the few wideouts who checked every single box. Like no lie, he checked every single box. So definitely Calvin for me.
Right.
Okay. Chris listed 3, and he said them quick. It's almost like they haunt him in his dreams, but he said those 3 immediately.
All of them cold. All of them. Them 3.
Some of these, some
I
of them
played the
still
young
haunt me
boys
in my
too,
dreams.
man. I played Chase. I played Jefferson. They nice too, man. I like the young boys too. Chase is like a running back once he catches the ball. You know, he's tough.
I'm telling
Jefferson,
you. That's why I
like
put.
Jefferson.
That's why I always had Chase at the top of my list, man. When I do them wideouts, just what he could do with that after he catch it. Like he got routes just like y'all. He got ball skills, but he got this yak like Debo though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and you don't want to tackle him
got
too,
it right
man,
now.
because he's strong. He like a
He
running back.
big.
Talib used to line up against Gronk. What were those days like?
Used to strap Gronk. What's up, Gronk? Oh, hands on that. Nah, them days was the days, man. I always say I probably watched our AFC Championship game. I probably watched that game more than any other game I ever played in. That probably was the funnest game I ever played in, man. I watched that game more than I watched the Super Bowl. So I'm telling you, it was just great lining up with him, man. It was greatness in that game. You could see a bunch of it just all over the tape. So
Everywhere.
I love competing against Gronk and Tom and all those guys.
That game, man.
They
Chris, what do you remember
Gronk
about that
is-
NFC title,
Gronk is
AFC
cheating,
title
man.
game?
What'd you say?
What's your favorite memory out of that AFC title game?
Oh man, it was rocking. You know, it was rocking. I just remember. I think we had the towels going on in the game. You know, it was just rocking, man. That's one thing I never, you know, I played a lot of loud games in the Mile High. That was probably one of the loudest.
Yeah, and Chris, you remember
For
that?
sure.
For a minute, they was up. I think that might have been the first game they hit that defense. Defense. We was like, oh my God, do y'all hear that? Feel that? I mean, I
Yeah.
got the clip. I'm like, bro, feel that, bro, feel that. They own us. It was,
Yeah.
it was amazing, man. That's
Yeah, I
one thing
think
I
they got
remember
you on
about
the
the game.
tape for saying that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I remember that clip. That's one
Yeah.
thing I remember about that game too, man. That thing was rocking.
I remember standing in that tunnel that Brady was walking off, and I'm not sure if I've ever seen him more exhausted after a game. I don't know how many times you guys hit Brady.
Tore him up.
It was a lot.
20-something times.
We're reminiscing about the AFC Championship game 2015. I remember that game. I didn't play, but I was there. I watched it. It was cold. It was great.
That's my
Place was
favorite game,
insane.
man.
How do you play defense when the crowd at Mile High is like that?
Easy.
Yeah.
You get an extra jump on the
Hey,
ball.
easy. Telling you.
I mean, we kind of knew what we was gonna run, and we had like go-to plays. Like we know we running this right here, so it's easy to communicate. You know, we kind of Coach Wade. He made this. We had a small menu, but we just
Right.
knew how to run it to perfection. You know.
And we kind of knew what they was going to do against us. We knew they was going to put me and Chris on one side, and they was going to play football on that other side. So we kind of knew what they was going to do against us. So Wade always came up with great plans, man, with great game plans. He knew what they was going to do. We knew what they was going to do. It was all about execution, man. So we played them twice.
If Stu and TJ, and if Stu and TJ don't get hurt, I don't even think it's a close game. I think we beat them by a couple touchdowns. Favorite game, I say what we did to Aaron Rodgers. You know, since we playing the Packers,
Right.
I think he had like
right.
71 yards passing versus. That
Yeah.
was an epic game right there.
That was I don't know if I ever felt as cocky as I felt after a game. After that, like we really was on one after the game. I was really like, oh, we nice, nice. That kind of. I feel like we evolved after that game, man. We had that Aaron Rodgers game. The meeting room, just the vibe in the building, it went to the next level. It was like, oh, this some championship type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that was a stepping stone for us, man. As a team, as a defense, everything.
Out of Notre
There you
Dame,
go.
CJ. What's
I
your
like
take
my
on the
dog
rookie
right
running
there.
back?
Big back, I got to see him a lot in college. You know what I'm saying? When you breaking down college film, sometimes you just catch some teams, and he was at Notre Dame, strong runner, good balance, run with good pad level. It's a good pickup for Denver. They're kind of different than what Javonte brings, right? You see him good there in pass pro. Pass pro keep you in the league for a long time. Trust me, I know. So he gonna have a shot. Obviously, he got to make it through special teams because Javonte looked real good. Looked like he is back
does.
from off the ACL. And McCullum looked good last year, our little undrafted kid, right, representing for me and Chris. So
Yeah.
it's a good room. They got a good room.
Damn, they've been playing hard first two games. They played harder than the other team. So we see how they coming together. They playing good. Now it really doesn't matter what the outside people think. As long as they believe that they can play, they can go out there and make plays for each other, and they confident in what the plan that Coach Sean Payton has, they can win every game. You know, that's just the belief you got to have. So, especially you got Bo Nix, right?
Exactly.
Bo Nix come out there playing like that.
Bro, it only take a few people, bro. It
Yeah.
only take a few guys to ignite that confidence in the locker room, and then it's like, hey, we could really win. Like, I mean,
They got players.
they got guys.
Yeah.
They got guys, man. And to start with that quarterback, man. If that quarterback can breed that confidence throughout the locker room, that's the key to me. That's the key to winning games, the key to being competitive in the league, man. Your quarterback, everybody got to look at the quarterback, and if something happened, they got to be, oh, is he all right? Oh, okay, he good. Like you know what I'm saying, you got to know we can win championships with this guy, and then everything else handle itself.
Yeah, to piggyback off that, like, we all look towards P. We knew PM was going to come to work every day, had that confidence. But then, Lieb said it earlier, like, that vibe. They locked, they cornered that corner. I was thinking it was Lieb, Chris,
Yep.
TJ.
TJ.
Yep.
We all down there though. Don't matter
Yeah.
who. Offensive
I know
lineman.
the lockers right in the line. I can
Like
picture
we
them.
down there.
DT.
Yeah, DT. We all down there vibing together. You feel me? And that's that group. That's something that you can count. Like you can count. Like I knew for a fact I can count on these two when I walked out there. Right. That they was gonna play at a high level and do their job, and I knew they can count on me because of that live and that vibe and that locker room environment that we created with a great leader like PM and D Ware. So
Right.
It definitely helps out for sure.
Let me
We
ask
had
you guys this.
competition at everything, though. That was the difference. We compete. We were
Oh,
competing
yeah.
in the locker room, outside the locker room.
On the
It didn't matter.
plane.
It was
On the
competition.
plane.
Yeah,
Yes,
plane,
sir.
hotel. It didn't matter. It was always competition. So, you know, as long as they had that mindset around, man, that's going to help them win.
Where the no-fly zone name came from. Can you kind of
Yes, sir.
put that on everybody right now?
Man, you know, I think it was what year Leave came in? I was like, what was that, year 5
14.
for me, Leave?
14, yeah, like
2014.
5.
Man, we was just all just hitting it like this every celebration, everybody. The bug came in, we just hit it. And then my wife was like, man, you might as well just market it to no fly. And then I started making stuff, and I was like, forget it. We just going to make it for the whole secondary. And then we just all bought into it. Man, it just fit us like a glove, you know.
Yeah.
And then
I remember Chris coming like, I don't know what it was, whatever. He like, hey, leave, hey, just on the media, start saying no fly. Start hitting the no fly. Tell them no fly. I'm like, all right, bet. And then it just, whoop, it started
marketing,
spreading.
baby.
It started marketing, man. It started spreading. Next thing you know, we on Sports Center with it. You know what I'm saying?
I had the Bengals for leaving them. We had everything.
Yeah.
Man. Then we did a camp, no fly zone camp, and then we just kept it rolling after that. But now you see everybody trying to copy it, whatever, you know. It's the original over here, though, you know. So
Yeah.
Does that get on your guys' nerves? Or do you take it as homage
I mean,
in a sense?
I think people do disrespect us a little bit, you know, especially as a secondary, right? Because ain't nobody been close to us since, you know, and it's been a decade.
Right.
So you would think they would have a little bit more respect for what we did, you know, and especially the way we were shutting down. So I think they need to put more respect on that name for sure.
Yeah. Agreed. I don't know. We get a lot of love, though. We definitely get a lot of love. But it could be more. It could be more. You know what I'm saying?
It could be more. We kind of get skipped over a lot.
I feel like we get love, but then when they compare us to the other like great defenses and stuff, they kind of just put us down. Like, nah, y'all wasn't like them. Like, bro, what? Are y'all crazy, bro? Like, we went crazy.
Crazy.
I don't know.
Touchdowns, interceptions, sacks.
Everything.
You know,
Chips. Look, the
yeah,
chip, like, bro, that,
man.
hey.
And we said we did everything we told you we was gonna do.
Yeah, I was usually standing there with a microphone, TJ, in your face, and you usually said exactly what you were expecting to do.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't hold back, and I loved it.
Nah, it was
Right,
the
we
way
told
we
Brady.
did it too, man. We
Yeah.
did it. I don't want to say with no offense, but we did it with a banged up PM. You know what I'm saying? It was on our shoulders. Like I ain't like.
Ooh, there we go.
I mean, Legion of Boom, they was nice, but was it all on their shoulders though? Y'all had Russell, like y'all had Russell. It had a guy who was in his
Percy
prime.
Harvin,
You know
Marshawn
what I'm saying? Y'all had a
Lynch.
guy. That's when Russell was in his prime though, going crazy.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just all on y'all. Like it was on us.
From three guys that played in the secondary at about as high a level as you can you tell everybody at home, why is Pat Surtain considered the best corner in the league? We'll start from the top and go down. Lee, we'll start with you.
Mainly because you could tell he grew up in it, man. And when you come to the league and your technique and your professionalism is already just through the roof, you could tell, bro, you've been in the league since you was like 7 years old, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just been in the NFL since you was like 7. Your daddy been having you going through this, doing these drills. You eat this, you go to sleep. Give me that phone. He just been on that same, you know, that drive. He been on that same mission for so long, and it's in the pudding, man. You could just tell he been doing it for so long. That's how all athletes want their kids to be. Like I had him in this, I brought him up in it. This is the finished product. That's what it should be. P2 is just one of the ones who actually made it.
Yeah. Usually you don't have guys that are 6'2", 6'3", can move like him.
Yeah.
Right, that's rare. Those pop up, every 5 years, But the way he moves and the skill set that he has with his body frame is just ridiculous, right? Because now when he pressing, that the receivers got to go all the way wide. He got big hands
He's
for him,
long.
so long. So just all that, man, and he can play off, right? So when you see him play off and press, that makes it tough. So he should be in the top corners, for a while. I think he just got Sauce, Stingley, a couple of them young guys to compete with, but he should be in the top. With his talent-wise and his freakish size, he should be at the top every year.
Yeah. Nah, I agree with both of them. Like Lee said, he was just born in it. You could tell he was raised like a little Spartan football player. Like it's his mentality, his want to. Not
It's in his
only
blood.
is it, like not only
Yeah.
did his dad project that on him, but you could tell he wanted it for himself. And he still do. You could just look in his eyes, like his whole, like his professionalism, his mannerism, his respect for the game, his respect for his opponents, and then him being like physically dominating, like Chris said, 6'3", run 4'4", wingspan, knowledge of the game. Hey, good luck on Sundays, buddy.
For real.
Yeah.